How you doing?
Hello, is this Dazzle?
Yeah, it's Dazzle.
Yes, how you doing? I want to know if I can book a reading or if you're available for a reading.
Yes, always. What's on your mind?
Okay, so I think my baby father's sleeping with the girl next door.
What?
And yes, because she always looking at me funny. She never really speak. But every time I'm with him, it's like she speak and be giggly, like doing this like a side eye thing. I think it's like a woman's intuition thing. He say I'm tripping, but I know I'm not. He don't do nothing for me, nothing for my kids. And the other day, I found like a Gucci receipt in his armrest, and just coincidentally, she had like some
Alright, we're
Gucci
gonna
shoes.
figure. Hello, hello, hello. Is it unmuted? Oh, hello, everybody. It's your girl Dazzle, and I am back for another tarot reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified of when I upload and when I go live. And if you would like to book a private reading, all you have to do is go into the description box, honey. It's all down the hall. Okay. So, anywho, I hope you guys had an amazing Thanksgiving. You know, me, myself, I'm just going to tell you guys off bucks today that I am the equivalent of a pregnant grizzly bear in hibernation. Okay. All right. I'm pregnant. I'm in my third trimester and I didn't feel like doing a damn thing. Okay. I have been so lazy lately. My husband should be happy that I made some Thanksgiving for the home, okay? It was just me and him, you know, my bonus babies who I love and adore, and they are my children. They went with their mom for this holiday season, for this Thanksgiving, and we're going to have them for Christmas, right? They're going to come back, right? And, you know, for the Christmas season, they're going to be with us. So, can't wait for that. And basically, but they're here all the time. They live with us full time, but they go with their mom every other weekend and certain holidays, right? They change it up. So look, so it was just me, my husband, our baby that's going to be due February the 16th of 2026. And I can't wait. He's going to be my little baby Aquarius. That's who he is. All right. So respect to the law. But yeah, so basically I was pretty much lazy on Thanksgiving. I went to sleep, didn't wake up till like 2. I did cook the majority of everything before 2 o'clock. I just had to put the mac and cheese. I made some seafood mac and cheese. So I had like shrimp in the mac and cheese and I had like crab meat on top. And then I had to make the candied yams. So I put both of them in the damn oven together and prayed for the best. But it came out well. So yeah, so pretty much I had turkey wings because I did not make a turkey. I'm not making no big ass turkey. I'm just not. And also I had ham. I made a spiraled glazed ham with the with the extra little pineapples and the cherries and stuff on top with the extra cute stuff. That was cute. I made what else I had my greens in the crock pot overnight, so that was yummy with the turkey necks and stuff in it. Yes, that was real yummy. I put a little red, yellow, orange, and green peppers and onions in it to like brighten up my collard greens and kale mix. I made seafood salad. Um, I made what else did I make? I made the mac and cheese, the seafood salad, the kale and collards, the yams. I made turkey wings and ham. Yeah, and a little bit of rolls and stuff. Then my homegirl later on came over and she had some pig feet. And my husband is southern. He wanted pig feet real bad. So she came over with some pig feet. But it was like an intimate thing. And I was supposed to go see my family, but I end up not doing that because I told you I'm hibernating like a bear. So today will be the day that I take my lazy pregnant self out there in the elements, in the cold, because it's cold as hell. And I'm going to go see my mom. I'm going to go see my grandma, my sister. I'm going to stop past and see my other grandma. And I'm going to stop past and see my brother. Okay. So I'm going to try to make my rounds today. All right. So before I do that, though, I will be doing this content in my house robe and pajamas, and I'm going to go back to sleep and then wake up and try to be Superwoman for the rest of the day. Hope it works out. So anyway, so today we're going to be doing a reading on Armon Wiggins and Donuts. Okay, so Armon Wiggins, you already know who he is. He's a popular content creator. He's a YouTuber, singer, rapper, things like that. He's part of Stan culture. He's part of the Stan community. He flip flops between being a Barb and being a Barty gang member and stuff. He's all about the Nicki Minaj and the Cardi B and the JT and all that, the female rap gossip and things like that. So he's made a lane for himself over there. Donut Ricketts comes from the Spaces community, right? I think it's Spaces, or Clubhouse. Let me get it right. He comes from Clubhouse, right? So he comes from Clubhouse, and he's connected to WAC 100 from Clubhouse. He comes from Clubhouse, comes over to the YouTube sector. I remember when the Black Tea sector on YouTube, and I remember when he was really trying to get into like the Jaguar right thing of it all. And I remember when he would, like I told you guys, when I went off right there. I know I went off before. So, like I told you guys, he would jump on random content creators' lives, and when they do like a call in, like they or like they share a StreamYard link, and when he would jump on, like you would see that he already has a studio together and everything. So he would try to use it as promotion or something to promote himself, and they would kick him off a lot of times and do him dirty and shit like that. And he finally got his own little audience and stuff, and he decided to, he started beefing with certain content creators and crazy stuff, right? But actually, if you go to Conscious TV, who is another content creator, he will actually break everything down, the beef between Armon Wiggins and Donuts, okay? And even though he has a problem with both, he don't see it for neither one of them. He does tell the truth as far as how everything came to be between these two. And I do remember some of the things that has happened between these two and how it started all the way. Because I've been on YouTube for a minute and I watched all that, right? And a lot of you guys may or may not have watched all that. But check out Conscious TV, one of his latest videos on Armon Wiggins, right? So he'll tell you everything. But in a nutshell, Armon Wiggins is on his trial coverage gig, Arama, right? He was very successful doing the P. Diddy trial, and his fans wanted him to cover the whole civil case between Milagro Grams and Megan Thee Stallion. So he went down to Miami to do so. And then you had Donut that wants to cover trials too. Now, the problem is, I'm not going to lie, I feel like these content creators, before I start this reading, I do feel like these content creators want to be respected as news media, right? But the unfortunate thing is that how can you want respect from people from journalists and reporters and things who's been actually doing this for a long time, you know what I'm saying, with a certain type of decorum, a certain type of professionalism. You want respect from these people, and you want respect in the judiciary system, and you want protection from the judiciary system to do the things you do as new media. But you do things like it's dramaful. It's too much drama going on outside the court building, right? It's a lot of drama. It's a lot of messed up things going on. Like y'all can't just go and just have a good time reporting and doing y'all. It's Miami, isn't it hot outside or something? Y'all just can't go do your job, then go on the beach, go to the sugar factory and get y'all one of those like I don't know misty. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know the fishbowl drinks from the sugar factory that they put like dry ice at the bottom and like basically like the steam, the smoke and stuff come up out the drink and shit. Like I remember I went to the sugar factory in Miami, like, but the only thing is I had to like this is when I was having a good time with me and my homegirls before I was pregnant and stuff. Back when I was in my 20s, okay, and we went to the sugar factory down there on the beach, and I got me a drink from the sugar factory and it wasn't strong enough. So, me and my homegirls, we had our paint a liquor in the purse. You know what I'm saying? So, you got to bless that bowl with extra vodka. So, yeah, we was having a time down there. But what I'm saying is, in a nutshell, what's the problem with going down there, doing phenomenal work, letting your personality shine, doing your content, having a good time doing your lives, get off alive and enjoy yourself, do stuff, have fun. You know what I'm saying? What's the problem with doing that? Why is it that every time we turn and you guys are covering something, it's always some petty ass drama going on? Like you got Donat getting choked up by Gene Deal. You got Donat getting a pen thrown at him because he said some rude question to Cardi B. Now you have Donat sitting here basically coming to us on these YouTube streets saying that initially Armon was going to try to get him kicked out the courtroom and he won't be able to cover anything. And now you got Armon online saying that he is spooked and nervous basically because he feel like his life is in danger because he got a real stalker. Okay? So what's up with that? And then with Armon, I'm not going to lie. I mean, all jokes aside, if someone's doing something to you and you feel uncomfortable and someone is trying to threaten you in any type of way, you have a right. If you're at the court, you have a right to go ahead and get a restraining order on them. Let them know that you don't feel safe. Also, you are getting more famous now. So guess what? You need security. You can't walk around here. You already seen it on the Diddy trial when some type of random girl tried to get clout off of you and start stuff with you, whatever the case may be. You could have, learned from that and got security, whatever the case may be. And if push comes to shove and your back is against the wall, you were supposed to break Donat's jaw. You were supposed to stomp his ass out. Because I am not above batting somebody out to get them to back up off of me, okay? I'm not above committing murder. And when it comes to me or them, I'm really not. I don't care how spiritual people think they are. Spiritually, you have a right to defend yourself in the physical and spiritual, okay? So I feel like this. If somebody is making you feel threatened, do the necessary precautions. But if push comes to shove, don't just beat their ass, kill them. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now. Try to. All right? Ain't no such thing as excessive force trying to get somebody to fuck up off of you. They start attacking you. You have every right to defend yourself the best way you know how. That means if you got a knife, stab them in the face. Right in the eye. Okay? Do that. If you got a gun, shoot them. Yeah. If you got a hammer, hit them in the head with one. You got some mace them. You got whatever you need to get somebody to fuck up off you, you do it. I don't care. And a street fight ain't fair. A street fight is dirty, period. Guess what? If you lose, they gonna say it's fair. So as far as I'm concerned, ain't no rules in the street fight. Take a fucking Hennessy bottle and break it upside their head and call it a day. Okay? Don't play with me. Don't play with me and my persons, okay? You get too close to me, I will try to kill you. It don't matter. It doesn't. So, protect yourself and stay dangerous always. Okay, so, but other than that, a lot of people are pointing out the hypocrisy of Armon Wiggins. Now, you are at court for a case with Milagro Grams and Megan Thee Stallion, whereas though Megan Thee Stallion has felt harassed, cyber stalked and bullied, defamed, also, and mentally and emotionally violated, okay, by a woman who she knows not of. The only way she knows of this woman is through online and through her abuser, her attacker, Tory Lanez. That's the only reason why she know of Milagro Grams, right? Because she was one of the loudest people online talking mess about her, right? So how can you be rooting for a Milagro Grams who was accused of doing things such as that, but you also want to make us aware and have sympathy to the fact that someone's doing that to you? You know what I'm saying? So there's a bit of hypocrisy. People are saying that, okay? There's also a bit of hypocrisy about how you want people to value new media, right? And you want some protection for new media so people won't sue them for what they say out their mouths, right? But like Conscious TV did point out, and I do have to agree with Conscious TV, the fact of the matter is that goes for everybody, right? It don't just go for y'all, right? Because anybody could be considered new media if that is the case. Anybody on YouTube who is a content creator who could very well be considered new media. Okay, so what if that's the case and you want to set a precedent that you want new media to be covered? Doesn't that mean to not get to keep doing what he's doing to you? Yeah, he does, and he will be covered. You can't sue him, right? But I do believe, you know what, and I'm gonna do a tarot reading on that because I really do believe what CCV said. Our mom wants to be able to talk shit and do the same things that Tasha K and Milagro Graham does without the threat of being sued, without any repercussions. He wants to be messy and dangerous in that type of way as well. So, I mean, I think that, and that's no tea, no shade, because I like Armon, I like Conscious, I like a lot of people. I will not lie and tell you that I never watched them. And if I watch you, I like you in some type of way. It's only a few people I don't even watch, right? And that's crazy. So I don't fuck with you if I really don't watch you at all. Because I give everybody a little chance. I try to watch everybody, right? So anyway, let me see. So we got to get down to between this donut and this Armon Wiggins gigorama. So I think I've been talking for a long time. So this reading is going to start at the 18-minute and 50-second mark right now. So let's get into it. We're using Afro Goddess Tarot Arcana. So we want to know the energy. Why? Okay, so I'm going to pull a card for Donuts. And I'm going to put a card for Armon Wiggins. And I want to pull a card for the root of the problem, right? So we're going to start there. How does Donuts feel about Armon Wiggins? What is his issue with Armon Wiggins? What is his issue with Armon Wiggins? What is Donut's issue with Armon Wiggins? Ooh, that wants to fly out. Don't tell me he got a problem with Armon being a musician. That's effective communication, a manifester. The musician did fly out. So he has a problem. So I'm getting that energy. Let's see. By but I'll put it back in the deck. So, and he feels like, and the Nine of Cups wants to come out too. Oh wow! Don't get don't okay. So what's Donat's issue with Armon Wiggins? 1, 2, 3. Okay, what's Armon Wiggins' issue with Donat? What is his issue with Donat? What is his issue with Donat? 1, 2, 3. And what is the problem? What is the main issue? 1, 2, 3. What's the root? Okay, y'all ready? Let's go. Donat has the 10 of Cups in the reverse. Armon Wiggins has the 8 of Cups in the reverse. And the real issue, the underlying reason is the Supreme in the reverse. Okay, so let's get this started. Mind you, this is Afro Goddess Tarot Arcanas. It is a little different from from the standard tarot deck. Okay, so the major arcanas, certain ones look a little different, like the World Judgment. What else? And probably, I don't know what the Supreme is, so I have to figure out what is the Supreme in the major arcana for Afro Goddess Tarot Arcanas, okay? But we'll get there. But let's start off with Donats. Now, with Donats, 2 cards wanted to fly out. 2 cards did fall, right? And I put it back in the deck. But I do have to acknowledge those 2 cards. And I'm asking, what's the issue? What does he have an issue with Armon about? Like, what is the problem? So I got the Musician up, right? That fell out, and I put back in there. Then I kept asking. Then the 9 of Cups comes out upright, right? And I put that back in there. And now we have the 10 of Cups right here in the reverse, right? So I'm going to tell you guys, for the Musician, that's an air sign. That's communication, effective communication, right? Masculine energy, right? Some people say it's an Aquarius energy. Some people say it's a Gemini energy, but it's a male energy, okay? So basically, it's about effective communication, right? And it's also about a manifester, right? Being able to make your souls above, souls below type of thing, right? So I'm asking, what's the issue with him? And you see that? So he has a problem with Armon Wiggins being able to manifest his reality or whatever, to manifest a career, to manifest the likability of his channel, this, that, and the third. Like, and to create and to effectively communicate, and people actually vibe with what he does and things. So you have that going on. He also feel like Armon Wiggins is fortunate and just lucky. And the 9 of Cups talk about luck. It doesn't talk about if you worked for it. It just talks about being lucky. Okay, so effortlessly having things given to you. Okay, so he feels like Armon Wiggins is just lucky. He never had to work for anything. Okay, so that's how he's feeling about Armon Wiggins, right? It's those 2 things. He feels like Armon Wiggins is a manifester. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like the fact that he's able to make his dreams a reality. He doesn't like his effective communication skills and how he's able to communicate, and it helps him out a lot as a content creator. And he doesn't like the fact that he feels like Armon Wiggins is lucky, right? And people are he's just getting lucky. He's getting things, and he didn't have to work from the dirt from it, right? And it makes sense because Donat is an actor. He's a struggling actor, right? And he ended up doing all these things, other things, whatever. So I can see where he's probably struggling, right? And so basically, the thing is the 10 of Cups in the reverse. He feels like there's a community, right, that he's not being accepted in. Because the 10 of Cups talks about family, community, the peak of emotional wealth, right? It's wholeheartedness, it's love, right? It's all about community. And it's a rainbow right here, so it's a little gay too. But it's in the reverse. So it feels like he feels rejected from that type of community, whatever community Armon Wiggins belongs in, right? It could be, I wouldn't even say the LGBTQIA plus community because I don't think it's that. I think it's the online community, the content creator community, the new media community, whatever. Like he feels rejected. And when someone feels rejected, what do? When a child of a village is rejected, he tends to want to come back to the village and burn that motherfucker down. Okay, so he is jaded because of rejection. Okay, in some type of way. So he feels like Armon Wiggins rejected him in some type of way, right? Amongst other things. So then you have the Eight of Cups in the reverse, and this is how Armon Wiggins feels towards Donat. Now here's the thing. No cards try to roll out other than this, right? No other cards try to jump out, whatever. So I'm going to tell you is that Donat's emotions are more stronger than Armon Wiggins' emotions when it comes to how they feel about each other. And that's crazy because technically Donat and Armon Wiggins do not know each other. Okay? Yeah, he approached him and Zeus at the Zeus party and threw a drink on Armon, right? For no reason, because he felt rejected in some type of way. But again, it's more to it when you go on Conscious TV and you listen to the whole story and this, that, and the third. But the underlying thing is still rejection. Okay? So you got that going on. But that doesn't mean he knows this man for real. And then when, they ran back into each other, they took a picture to show that knows, no problems, this, that, and the third. But that still doesn't mean you know that person. He does not know him personally, but him to have these strong feelings. So Donat has really strong feelings about Armon. But with Armon walked away from Donat a long time. He walked away from him. So I told you it's the rejection. So he's like, I walked away from you. I don't want to deal with you. Leave me alone. And what Donat needs to do is walk away. But the problem is he doesn't want to walk away because he has a problem with rejection. Okay? He has a problem with the fact that Armon doesn't want to be his friend, or Armon doesn't want to put him on, right? So it's a problem with that. Then the underlying reason is the supreme upright, right? Not upright. Was it upright? Yeah. Was it upright? No, it wasn't. It was in the reverse. Okay. The underlying reason is the supreme. Okay? This is the problem. Let's go, because I don't mind looking at this, right? This is the guidebook on basically what the cards mean, right? So if y'all give me some weird cards that's different from the standard, I have to look at your description because, to be honest, I don't know which number is the supreme. They don't have a number for it, right? So let's see. Which one is the supreme? Because it's not the fool. Let's see, y'all. I'm so mad at that. Let's see. Ooh. Which one is the supreme? The sign. Let me see. Okay, the supreme. Oh, that's judgment. No, it's not. That's not judgment. The world. Okay. The supreme in the reverse. You have forgotten who you are and the unique powers you possess. You may feel as if you are sinking into darkness and your cups may now be empty. You could be losing your pentacles, which is money and stability. stability, security, and wealth, and experiencing a lack of energetic expansion, which ultimately can result in you taking the ultimate defense. But it's time to relax. Open your eye and realize you are, for at all times you have. Oh no! Open your eye and realize who you are, y'all. My bad, y'all. For at all times you have the power. Stand in your truth with the purest of hearts, for the universe is at your aid. Okay, so what it's really saying is that somebody is not. The problem is, I'm gonna just put it like this: people have to start believing in themselves, right? People have to realize, instead of looking out and looking at other people's creativity, other people's success, other people's shit going on, whatever they're manifesting, trust and believe and know that you have a creative spark within yourself, and the things that you are supposed to have, the universe will give you, right? Just like the universe will give others what they're supposed to have. Chase after your own dreams and keep yourself focused on what you want. And not only that, don't get desperate, right? Because it seems a bit of desperate, right? You don't need anybody to level up in that way, right? You don't need to cause friction. You don't need to make a scene to get attention. You don't have to do things that's outside of who you really are, right? To actually be somebody and to actually stand into your power and shit like that. So the problem is, somebody's insecure, somebody's feeling like rejected, not accepted. Somebody's feeling like they have to be something that they're not in order to get some type of attention and reaction, in order to get some type of success. And for real, all they have to do is be their creative selves and get into their own creative bag and stop worrying about what other people are doing and if they accept them or not. The people who like you will follow you and will love you for who you are. Just get into your creative bag. Stop being so negative about shit. Keep moving, right? So that's the real issue. Okay, so I think that the Knot needs to come to some type of resolve about his emotions towards Armon and understand that not everyone will accept you, and it's okay to keep on moving, right? And you don't have to act as, and you don't have to do the most to be seen, when you can just let your creativity flow and you can let your God-given talents flow, and you don't have to beef with nobody in order to get views, in order to get a following that is actually substantial and is worth having. You don't have to do that, right? So it sounds like a bit of competitiveness, sounds like a bit of jealousy and a little envy going on. So we're going to figure out haters exposed. We're going to use that. Come on, let's ask these questions. What haters exposed? Okay. So how does the Knot feel towards because here's the thing. Armon Wiggins walked away from that. He walked away from him, right? And it's okay. Armon doesn't have to be a fighter, right? But I mean, at some point you're gonna have to stand up for yourself, right? In some type of way. So let's see, because it's gonna keep happening, and what I'm feeling is he wants to do that so Armon can stop progressing. He wants to stop Armon's progression, and and he wants to ride off Armon and get a name from it, just like Milagro wants to do to Megan, which is crazy, which is a whole thing here, right? The same person that you're rooting for, her tactics are technically being brought to you in your life from a different person. So Milagro Grams wants to ride Megan Thee Stallion's coattail by being evil towards her and disguising it as commentary. And the whole time, that's what Donat wants to do to Armon. Yeah. So that's funny. So how does the not feel towards Armand? One, two, three. Give me the energy. You will witness their karma. Oh God. Why did not have that freaking sinister smiley face? Got that whole freaking Joker face on, right? So it's supposed to be a clown, right? But this doesn't look like a good clown. This looks like a bad clown. This looks like somebody with bad intentions, masked in clown behavior. Okay? And you will witness their karma. That means that he wanted to be the person who inflicts karma on Armand. But see, he needs to have some tiger art or something that helps with grounding, protection, self confidence, inner strength, willpower, and clarity. So really, like I said, that makes sense because Donat is lacking self confidence. That's why he's acting the way that he's acting. Well, give me some more energies about how he feels towards Armand. One, two, three. Envious of your career and money you make. So he's a hater. Like I said, he's jealous of what Armand is doing. He's jealous of Armand's creativity. He's pocket watching Armand, doing all types of things like that. So he wants to take from Armand. He wants to break Armand down. Just like Malaga Grimes wants to do to Megan Thee Stallion. She wants to gain off of Megan's downfall because she envies Megan. Okay, she does. So what you do with what you envy is you destroy. So if I can tear her down and make other people see her how I want people to see her, then I can be lifted up. That's what it is, and then it make me feel better. Unexplained freak incident. That means that he would try to make something happen to Armand that caused some type of issue. So how does he feel about Armand? One, two, three. Competition, always trying to one up you. He's in competition with Armand. So this basically verified everything I said, right? So he's in competition with him. He's envious of what he got going on. He's too worried about what Armand got going on. He feels hurt because he doesn't feel accepted, right? So, but again, that's the same thing Armand is rooting for within Milagro Grimes. So how can you root? What is Spirit saying about that? What's the T on that? How can you root for a situation that technically is happening to you, Armand? How can you root? How can Armand Wiggins stand for a situation and be on the side of Milagro Grimes when she is technically going to Megan Thee Stallion as Donat is doing to Armand? Give me that energy. I want to know. The only difference is she's scared to approach Megan Thee Stallion with that shit. Okay. Why is he doing that? Oh, he got an agenda. It's some secret shit behind that. He really don't care. This with the Seven of Swords is some dirty shit behind it, right? It's some sneaky stuff behind it. So what it tells me is that he really does not care about the Milagro Grimes situation. He doesn't really care about the outcome for the reasons that you would think he cares about the outcome, which means that he doesn't care if Milagro has to pay back 1 point whatever millions or whatever dollars or whatever. He doesn't care if Milagro does not get money, right? It's some sneaky stuff to it. The problem is you have the Tower in the reverse. You have people doing the same things over instead of breaking those old habits that caused the Tower in the first place, and you can rebuild into something better and establishing something more. You know what you're going to do? You're going to keep those old habits, right? And you're going to build with the same foundation that you built with last time, and the tower is going to explode right in your face again. It's going to blow up in your face because you keep doing the same things that you always do, which means that Armand likes drama, right? So Armand wants to be, and this is a good observation that CTV brought up, and I do like Armand, I do. But however, CTV did bring up the fact that you want to be able to do the things that Tasha K does and Milagro Grams does. So, and he also said he wants to be able to release the audio of him and Cardi B going back and forth. See, he wants to be able to do to Cardi B the same things that Milagro Grams and Tasha K does without being sued. You want to be able to do that to these girlies, okay? So, and other people, right? So it's not for the right reasons, y'all. He wants to be able to keep doing what he normally does. And see, that's his downfall about things blowing up in his face. Because he has all these opportunities. And to Donat's credit, Armand is perfectly aligned to manifest the things that he wants to manifest. And Armand and Donat sees that. And Donat also sees that he is fortunate and lucky. So I'm like, your hater sees how fortunate and lucky you are. And you don't have to do too much. You don't have to do what Donat does. So my whole thing with Armand is that if your hater can see you fortunate and lucky and see you manifesting and see you getting the attention that you want, why can't you see that for yourself? Why do you have to go that route? You only want to be, I really do feel that. Like, I think he wants to be able to be very unethical and be very mean to certain people without being sued. So that's what that is. And say the worst shit that he can possibly say, right? Without being sued. To insinuate shit upon people that's a flat out lie without being sued. Messy, right? But he doesn't have to do it. He has opportunities. He has a great time to elevate. He doesn't have to do it. Okay, but and your hater sees that. Someone who does not like you sees that. That's crazy, right? But that's what I got for you guys today. All right. And I'll come back with another reading. I'm going to do Ray J Princess, right? But yeah. So I love y'all for real. Peace. Enjoy your post turkey day and eat your leftovers. Make sure you eat all them greens up. I love y'all. Peace.